Hardline comes out tomorrow, and it's already dividing people between the die-hard fans and those who are getting a little tired of EA's annualized shooter, which doesn't always innovate as much as we wish it would. If you fall into that first category, have fun playing Battlefield. If you're in that other category though, here are 4 cop games that might just be better, or will at least give you the same cops versus robbers fix. Now, we tried to be pretty careful to keep to cops and robbers games and away from cops gone rogue and detective games. So while we love games like Max Payne, Sleeping Dogs and LA Noire, we'll save them for another episode. First up, we should start where all great cop game lists start, and that's with SWAT 4. SWAT 4 is a tactical FPS that particularly kicks ass, made by the then up-and-coming developer Irrational Games. The SWAT games were an offshoot from the Police Quest adventure game series, and they focused on detailed and realistic simulations of SWAT team tactics, which had rarely been seen in games before. While SWAT 1, 2 and 3 were all wildly different genres of games, Irrational eventually came in and perfected the first-person variant introduced in SWAT 3 with SWAT 4. The game featured managing a small squad and taking them through a variety of real-world missions, and all demanding meticulously planned approaches. These ranged from small-scale domestic violence situations all the way up to bank heists. As with any good cop game, you can opt for a few different strategies, ranging from the stealthy to the significantly less stealthy. Either way, you'll have to pick the right equipment depending on your tactical plan, so you can take out the bad guys successfully and keep the civilians safe. Then again, why take out the bad guys when you could be the bad guys? Payday 2 may have muddied morals, but the level of enjoyment you'll have while playing it is crystal clear. Payday 2 offers up a perfect arena for cooperative crime. Like SWAT 4, it comes packed with different kinds of missions, and it's up to you and your co-op buddies to decide how to approach them. Although a low-profile stealth approach is entirely feasible, the typical Payday 2 mission will usually have shit hitting the fan pretty quickly. Luckily, the shooting mechanics are spot on, and let me tell you, you will be shooting hundreds of cops at any given moment. Your performance in Payday 2 will only be as good as your cooperation and communication skills as a team. Though you will spend a lot of time yelling about drills and contending with overly jumpy citizens who all have SWAT on speed dial, Payday 2 is still constantly updated today with new weapons, skills, heists, and unexpected crossovers. So staying engaged in this one shouldn't be a problem. If you're feeling a little shortchanged that this list isn't catering to the sweet car chases that Battlefield Hardline promises, I'd ask that you turn your attention to Need for Speed Rivals. This open-world racer has you slip into the shoes of either a heroic cop or a no-good racer. Then you put one of those shoes on a gas pedal and race the shit out of each other in gorgeous cars, which will not be so gorgeous when you're finished with them. While playing as a cop, your job is to run the criminals off the road, and as a racer, you just want to get away alive. And just in case you're not the world's greatest driver, you'll have access to tools like spike strips and jammers to take out your opponents before you find yourself getting rammed into the side of a mountain. There are in-depth career tracks for both options, and the multiplayer is seamlessly integrated into the single-player map, so you never have to leave your vehicle. Rivals is a great car-heavy cops and robbers alternative that has you chasing points and driving fast, whether you're the hunter or the hunted. If you want that SWAT 4 flavor but from a game that's a little more modern, then you won't be disappointed by Door Kickers from three-man studio Killhouse Games. Door Kickers is a top-down real-time strategy game where you take charge of a SWAT team during tactical interventions, and yes, you certainly kick down a lot of doors. You'll have to choose the appropriate gear, set all the movements and actions of your squad by planning waypoints and giving specific orders, and then press go to let your little dudes execute your plan. If it sounds tricky, that's because it is. Luckily, you can pause as you proceed through the mission to change your plan on the fly if things start to go awry with your original tactics. But if you can make the right calls, the criminal scum won't stand a chance. Let me know down in the comments if you're keen to play Battlefield Hardline, or if there's another cops and robbersy sort of game that gets your vote. I'll see you again next week.